looks like I was wrong about the open. Well, it's nullified. I should have understood that, see, because we had this decline that I was looking for here. And remember how I said, well, maybe not the best time to open up the puts. The puts should have been opened up here. I open up puts, it's not advising me to trade here. And that would be why, because it wasn't going to go lower. I wish my E-Trade screen wasn't always like frozen. This is ridiculous. It's got to be my internet. I called them, they said it's not, but what else could it be? I'm going to be in Florida next week for a few days, and I'll see if it keeps happening in Florida. If it doesn't, then it's definitely the internet. See, opening up a short position here, right around 11, that would have made a lot of sense. Hey, Unlimited. Are you asking if we have a gap down tomorrow, or are you asking about the gap down I expected today? Those nullified sneak preview cards, sometimes they're a little tricky. For those of you that aren't aware, I just adjusted the meaning of this placement, like, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago, to give me a better idea of open and close. It's more of a relational kind of card now, but with that said, there's still a learning curve. Definitely had our low there. The beginning of a rally, big move to the upside. Hit that resistance and then consecutively lower spikes up on the way down. Selling from near overbought territory on RSI. Then a bit of a rally here. What is that? 2 o'clock? So that horse in the negative position, that was this. And then we have the star card, which has a correlation to the science price level or resistance. So I'm gonna go ahead and notate that. Couldn't find today's video. me see if I can dig it up. It should be pretty simple. You should just be able to just search it in the channel search bar. What the heck? Where's the prediction? It's weird because when I just put in December, predictions for December, I don't put in the day, I get them, but they're all out of order. Like, what the heck? Why are they out of order like this? They should be in order. Not all, I mean, they're put in order by title and the order that they're entered, so either way they should be in order. This is really weird. I'm not finding it either. Yikes, what is going on here? This is like some sort of bug. Well, I mean, we should have a decline here at the end of the day. Like, this is a reversal here, right? We've got a reversal, and then low correlator with the death card, so it should be a prominent drop there. I'd be cautious. We've got that prudence card first thing in the morning. having my guys take a look and see what's going on there. Oh man, it is missing. What the heck? Oh man, I wish I'd seen that sooner. Sorry guys. You're probably right, we go higher there, Philip. But that prudence card, I'm always very like cautious around that prudence card. Hey Raymond. Looks like that trade was really on point. Am I right or am I right? I'm doing well, thanks Raymond. Hope you are too. I'm expecting a decline here into the end of the day. But then we've got this correlation to the science card again. So interesting, oh my gosh. The art card is like a full retracement though. We have art card energy here. So maybe what we see is a decline back down to this price level here, and then right around the closer in the post market and move higher back to this price level here in the science. I mean, it looks like there could be, Raymond, a good trade for overnight, but the thing is I'd probably avoid it just because of this prudence card. It's my least favorite card. It's very tricky. Like the devil card is easier to predict. Because like with the devil card, you know, whatever it's doing, like you expect the opposite pretty much. And the strength card's also like an interesting card to try and predict relativity, like where the open will be in relation to the close, because it's like got this innate bearish like thing in front of it, but it's a yes card or it's an up card. So my sense is that probably we open like we may decline in the pre-market, or we gap down in the pre-market, but then we move from the bottom of the range all the way to the top of the range. Like probably here in the pre-market. Yeah, there's a trade at the end of the day tomorrow. In the midst of that rally higher, right around the close, there'll be a rally towards a distant resistance, and I want to open up. Protection there. We've got a significant drop. This is definitively bearish too, to see the Ace of Wands in the low correlator position. Yeah, hey Hassan, I wouldn't place a trade based on the cards here. Like, it might have made sense to open up protection at the Princess of Wands in anticipation of tomorrow. It looks like maybe there's a cash out opportunity there first thing in the morning. It's possible, but again, it's the Prudence card. And the thing is that you would have wanted to open up that protection here, not now, right? And like, to give you an idea of how important that can be, we have a perfect example just yesterday. Wow, E-Trade is pissing me off. Alright, so this was yesterday, to give you an idea of why that's so important. Right, we had this opportunity here at around 11 o'clock to open up protection. There you go, there's that protection, that opportunity. And it looked like we were going to gap down the following day. So here, I was like, you know, it might make sense to open up protection here, even though it's not advising me to. That was incorrect information. You can see what happened. We did have that decline, but it would have been missed, right? Which is why I wasn't advised to trade there, if that makes sense. Yes, you want to open up protection at the end of the day tomorrow. Like, so there may be, like, we'll have a low here, like roughly 1 to 2-ish, so it'll be like a low correlation. And then we may have like a pop and drop, and there should be like a crest at the end of the day, possibly like a high at the end of the day. But that's after, there's also a significant drop. So there's like a significant drop and a big move higher to reach for distant resistance right at the close. What I would do is I'd wait for that move right around the close, where we have like this lustful, like this almost irrational move to the upside right around the close to reach for that distant resistance. And when we hit resistance, I would open up protection and close it. Probably here, yeah, around like 10 to 11 o'clock. Is next week bullish? Next week is very volatile. There's some significant bullish moves in there, but there's also some significant moves downtime. We're going into the 12th is the first day of the Mercury retrograde shadow period, pre-shadow period, and as we enter that shadow period, volatility will increase in the stock market, and it will gradually increase and increase and increase until we reach the 28th. And then like on the 28th, 29th, there'll be like a little bit of a pause, and then we'll start to see we'll see like a reversal usually. There's usually a reversal of some kind around the entry of the shadow, but definitely there's a reversal or a pause at the station, which is there on the 29th. And it's highly advised once you hit this 29th not to trade. Once you enter retrograde, you can make a lot of money in the volatility if you're prepared for volatility, but most people lose money during this period because the volatility is so wild usually. Out of the 3 that I've watched happened since 2007. There's 3 every single year. So out of the 3 every year that I've watched since 2007, I think there's only been 3 cases where retrograde was bullish. The majority of the market crashes happen during retrogrades, and the majority of these like sharp drops or wild like historic volatile periods happen during retrogrades. So it's not like definitive in one direction, to be clear, Hassan.
Hey, Carolyn.
Tomorrow, yeah, it's going to be pretty volatile. I think overall, it's going to be bullish. And that's probably what happens here is there's a sharp drop first thing in the morning to scare people. And then we have like this like big move higher, this prominent move with even a breakout. And then we fully retrace that move back wherever that big move higher starts. We fully retrace back down to that level. Almost makes like a triangle. A low midday. Man, that must. I mean, the cards overall on the timeline, they look like they're bearish, but when we look at the correlations, the Eso-Meta correlations, we have, first off on the overview, we have the Valor energy towards the end of the day. That's a big bullish kind of energy. And then we have this Lust card, which my sense is that it's going to be a big, big move here. So yeah, I'd say you're accurate in your statement about it being a volatile day. It's possible there could be like a day trade there in the morning, but I do my best to avoid trading when I see the prudence card, even if it looks like a good trade. Like there's other trades that don't involve the prudence card. You know, there's always more to come. Okay. That's not what I see, my friend. I see a super bullish here. But yeah, there's some lows in there. The January isn't looking so hot. It's kind of like volatile and ugly into February. But I mean, I did the reading for this already. Super bullish. I like when people come on and they try to give me their predictions, and I'm just like, it's based on this, and this, and I'm just like, none of that matters, man. The cards tell me the truth. It's bullish, dude. You can argue with me, but it'll be bullish either way. Does the NASDAQ break an all-time high in 2023, you're asking? No, I have a no there. So I got a no for does the NASDAQ break an all-time high, my friend? Let's see. Does the Dow break an all-time high in 2023? I believe that's a maybe. Let me just double check. Yeah, it's a maybe. Interesting. So that may mean that it meets its all-time high. Does the Dow meet its all-time high in 2023? Yes. So the Dow meets its all-time high in 2023. It doesn't appear that it breaks it. Let's see. Does it break through? Okay, I just got the breakout card. Interesting. So yeah, it breaks out through that all-time high, the Dow. And then what else we got here? It's not gonna be a 2020. It's gonna result in a pretty nice end of year high. And then the following year, 2024, is where it gets super bullish. But my sense is that the S&P would probably do break out after there's a sharp drop. There is quite a bit of volatility there in the first quarter, but like, this is a breakout card. This is the beginning of a rally card, and this is a breakout card. So my sense is we probably break out through an all-time high on SPY. Nvidia, bullish or bearish? Bullish. I got a rally that increases with momentum moving forward in time. The Prince of Wands card, super bullish card, my friends. So for Nvidia, pretty bullish tomorrow, Carolyn. Yeah, I think we're probably saying the same thing, Hassan. The overall theme cards are super bullish, but there is definitely some like there's a prominent low here and a prominent low here. Like there's at least there's probably 3 prominent lows on the scale of like a 1-year chart in the first quarter of the year. Probably 3 of them. There's a high in the middle of those, and I think we see our first all-time high for the year in May, June. So I have a personal. I don't do politics, Hassan. Unfortunately, for some people, I'm sure politics absolutely make me sick. They're toxic. When I hear people complaining about the other party, I'm like, dude, they're all the same. It's just a bait and switch. You guys understand that it's not a democracy, right? Like, the popular vote does not determine the president. The popular vote does not. Right? That if the popular vote determines the president, then it would be an actual democracy, but it does not, my friends. It's just you know, I refuse to like voting for one of these politicians, in my opinion, is like patting somebody on the back for being the best asshole. Like, who can talk the most shit about their opponent? Do we teach our kids growing up to talk shit about their competition? To like air out their dirty laundry? Do we teach our children to behave like these politicians behave? Why do we vote them into office and then we complain about how our country's all fucked up? Because we're voting idiots. We're voting scumbag behavior. We're rewarding scumbag behavior with votes. I refuse. I haven't voted in years. I don't give a crap what anybody has to say about it. It's a free country, which means I have the right not to vote. And I have the right to complain about it whether or not I vote. It's a free country. Am I right? Because I hear all sorts of arguments about it, but you see how charged up I get about politics? I refuse to get involved in politics. I won't do it, my friend. I'm sorry. It's toxic. And when it comes down to it, none of that shit matters. I'm predicting straight direction. I'm not predicting results and then interpreting what the direction will be based on what the results of some event tell me. You understand? I'm looking directly at chart information. Whether or not I know why is a different story. It doesn't matter. The why doesn't matter. The what matters in this case. That's why I always go by the cards rather than what some like really good factual information might like lead me to believe. There's so many variables and infinity of things that we don't see coming. It's completely irrelevant. It's like when you try to be present. It's when you try to be present. It's because the present moment is the only moment. That's where all of our power lies, in the present moment. It's the only moment. It's the eternal moment. They call it the present because it's a gift, right? And we do all this like work to stay present and not like project like our fears into the future. It's the exact same thing when predicting. Like, there's a million reasons why something could go a certain way that we see, but there's just as many ways that we don't see that it could go a different way. Like, it's not relevant. What's relevant is the present moment and what the present moment tells me, if that makes sense. So the ones that I've been eyeballing as far as 2023, there's a pretty early prize for SPCE, MGM. What else? Oh god, I'm making a list. There's going to be a post where I have like my buy list for 2023 and like the months in which I'm looking to buy what. So that's coming out. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Will growth stocks struggle in 2023? Yes. I got a Princess of Wands, so I haven't really looked at like specifically at growth stocks recently, so either it's in rally mode now, offering an opportunity to short, or it will be doing some rallying in 2023, but offering an opportunity to short. I think we just hit our like top concurrent viewers today, guys. 10, I think, might be our top. Thank you very much, guys. If everybody was to share this live stream right now with somebody they think that would be interested, that would greatly positively impact the channel and the team working here, my friends. will Dow stocks be... How do I say that in a generalized manner? Will Dow stocks favor bulls in 2023? Yes, I got breakout. I got the breakout card, so you're right on that, Hassan. $11, my favorite number of all time. I've been representing 1111 since 2007. Well, I've been representing it a lot longer than that, but I started saying that in 2007. Oh, look at that drop there at the end of the day. Oh, sorry. Alright guys, I'm going to roll. I got some more readings to do. I'm also planning to drive all the way back to Florida this weekend to drop off some of my, get more of my stuff and drop off some of the people who were living here stuff there who swapped places, so I got a lot to do. Last questions. Thanks for the follow, Train Nosjet. Sir Train Ozjet. Sir Train Ozjet. I got it. I tried to say it all as one word. Any last questions before I roll? Anything you guys want me to take a look at? We should look for a Google 2023 to drop pretty soon, like tonight or tomorrow. Alright, you too, Philip. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support, my man. The original OG. Alright, I'll roll through tomorrow one more time since we have quite a few people on. So what we're going to see first off, the strength card is a difficult card to interpret as far as it's like in this position it's a difficult card to interpret. What did I write here? On 12/6, interesting. I gave myself a note. I wish my chart wasn't so freaking slow. Oh my god. Six to the 7th. So it was a nullified strength card. So it would appear to me that when we have a nullified card, it appears like when the card is nullified in this position that we get the opposite of it. That's what it's appearing to me. We'll look into that more. But with that said, likely what we have is either we open higher and then decline, and then in the pre-market and in the midst of the pre-market we have a rally from the bottom of range all the way to the top of range, or we gap down in the pre-market and then we rally from the bottom of the range all the way to the top of the range. We'll meet a peak. We'll create a peak in the pre-market, we'll break through resistance, stay above it briefly, and then break back down through the same price level shortly thereafter. And it looks like we have a pretty significant move to the downside in that first half hour. That's gonna lead people to go in the wrong direction because it's followed by a notable move higher and even a breakout. Look, the breakout doesn't seem to hold though, but it does offer a trade opportunity in there. If you're ballsy enough to trade around the prudence card, there may be an opportunity in the midst of this decline in the first half hour to open up a long position and then sell it. Sell it there, but the real good trade isn't that. That's not the great trade. The great trade is at the end of the day. When we out of a decline in that last hour, we're going to have a notable move higher, almost irrational move higher, pushing for a discount resistance level, like towards the close. In the midst of that move, I'm gonna I would open up protection, and then sell that protection in the morning there, on the 12th, most likely there at the low correlator here between 10 and 11. That would be the juiciest trade. And if I'm wrong and we open higher, there's a unicursal here, so likely we'll see a lower price level the following day anyways. That's the best trade for tomorrow, end of day. But quite a bit of volatility. And then there's that big move. Like, this is all bearish stuff going on in the mid-afternoon, the early afternoon. And then we have this big move here right around the close and a trade opportunity there. It's followed by, this is, the death card is a notable drop over the weekend. All right, guys, have a good one. I'll see you all in the next